Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. So far in this series, we have focused on control and accuracy. You have seen how writing, reading, and spelling can affect your listening score. But even with good control, sharp focus, and accurate spelling, many students still get multiple choice questions wrong. That's because sections 2 and 3 don't just test your listening, they test your judgment. The wrong answers are not random. They're deliberately designed to sound correct. And if you don't understand how wrong options are constructed, it's very easy to choose them. So now we move to decision making. Multiple choice questions don't test how much English you know. They test how you choose under pressure. In this video, you will see how wrong options are deliberately designed and why many students choose them even after understanding the audio. Let's begin. Let's understand the real challenge of multiple choice questions. Often, the problem isn't that you missed the audio. In fact, you probably heard the words clearly and recognized the ideas, but you still choose the wrong option. Why? Because in sections 2 and 3, multiple choice questions test something beyond listening. They test the quality of your decisions under pressure. It's the gap between hearing the information and choosing the right answer from several plausible ones. Today, we'll bridge that gap. Let's look at the 3 ways the test builds those tempting wrong answers. Let's start with the most common type of distractor. Let's look at how this appears in a real listening task. Listen to this audio. As you do, pay close attention to what happens to each of the 3 options you see on the screen. Don't just listen for the right answer. Listen to track what happens to each option.
So, for the team building day, it was a tough choice. We were really excited about the adventure park. It had great team obstacle courses, which seemed perfect for collaboration. The feedback from the committee was very positive, but in the end, the total cost pushed it way over our budget. Then, the cooking workshop was a strong contender for a while. The company, Bake and Bond, came highly recommended for improving communication. Several managers even said it was their top preference after the demo. However, coordinating ingredients and specialist equipment for 50 people turned out to be a logistical nightmare we couldn't solve in time. So, we've gone ahead and booked the museum's interactive gallery tour. It fits the budget, and they can accommodate our whole group seamlessly.
Did you hear it? Adventure Park and Cooking Workshop are directly mentioned. Your brain latches onto those familiar words. Your brain recognizes these familiar phrases and feels confident, but the script is designed to mention them only to reject them. The correct answer, museum tour, is not repeated, not emphasized and highlighted with the same keywords. It's just stated as the final decision. This is deliberate. The test uses strong, familiar words to distract you and quiet, factual language for the real answer. So remember that the correct answer is often the quietest. The loudest words are often wrong. The second script is more subtle. The distractor will be mostly correct, except for one critical detail. Let's try. Listen to this next example carefully. This time, your task is to catch the single wrong detail that makes an option incorrect. Listen not just to what is said, but also to how exactly it is said.
The research investigated the timing effects of a neurofocus, a cognitive support supplement. Over a 4-week trial, participants who took the supplement with breakfast reported a significant improvement in concentration during morning tasks, with results peaking around 10 a.m. In contrast, the group that took it after lunch, around 2 p.m., showed no significant change in afternoon performance metrics. However, in their evening diaries, a notable portion of this group reported experiencing mild sleepiness before bed. Researchers suggest this effect could be linked to how the supplement interacts with the body's internal clock.
Let's analyze this. The question is specifically about the group that took the supplement after lunch. First, look at option C. They experienced a peak in concentration around 10 a.m. The audio did mention a peak at 10 a.m., but it was clearly linked to the breakfast group, not the after-lunch group. The test is hoping you'll remember the phrase and attach it to the wrong group. Option A. Afternoon task performance improved noticeably. This is the partial truth distractor. The script did talk about their afternoon performance metrics, so the topic sounds right, but the key finding was no significant change. This option changes that finding into its opposite, improved noticeably. One critical wrong detail makes the whole option wrong. Finally, option B, slightly drowsy in the evening. This is correct. It paraphrases the key finding, mild sleepiness before bed. Slightly drowsy matches mild sleepiness, and in the evening matches before bed. It takes the idea and expresses it in different words. So remember this, one wrong detail, the wrong group, the wrong time, or the wrong result makes the entire option invalid. Your job is to match all parts of the statement to the audio. Who, when, what happened, and how. If any part doesn't fit, eliminate it. Let's look at the third and most sophisticated trap. This one catches students who are thinking ahead and making connections, which is exactly what the test exploits. The distractor here will seem to logically flow from the conversation, but the speaker never actually says it or implies it. You need the discipline to choose only what was stated. In other words, resist the urge to be clever. Let's hear how this sounds in an actual test.
Liam, I'm finalizing my proposal for the business project module. I'm looking at eco-friendly packaging for online retailers. My tutor said I need stronger financial data.
Right. Have you checked the annual reports for some of the bigger sustainable brands? They often have a corporate social responsibility section with cost breakdowns.
I did, but they're quite vague. I was thinking of surveying local businesses instead to get more concrete figures on their switching costs.
That's a great idea, but it's a huge time commitment. You know, the university library actually subscribes to a market research database, MarketView. It might have the specific industry reports you need. Dr. Carter mentioned it in our seminar last week.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. Is it hard to access?
Not at all. You just log in with your student ID on the library portal. I used it for my consumer behavior paper. Saved me weeks of work.
Perfect. That's my first stop tomorrow. Thanks, Liam.
Let's walk through the tempting but wrong logic. Option A. Interview her tutor. She did mention her tutor gave her feedback. It's logical that she might go back for more help, but did she say she would? No. In fact, Liam's suggestion immediately sends her in a different direction. So the trap here is choosing something that could be true, but that was never actually stated. Option B. Conduct a survey. This is her own idea, and she presents it as a plan. A student might think this is her next action, but listen again. After Liam suggests the database, she says, perfect. That's my first stop tomorrow. She clearly shifts her focus. The survey was the old plan. So the trap is that the idea was mentioned but was subsequently replaced. Option C. Consult an online database. This is correct. Liam suggests it. Provides specific details such as market view and access method, and Emma enthusiastically accepts it as her first stop. It's the only action that is both suggested and explicitly accepted as the immediate next step. This trap tests your discipline. The test rewards the listener who acts like a judge. I can only rule on the evidence presented. Was it said? Yes or no. Remember this. Your answer must be directly supported by the audio, not by your own reasonable assumption. Stick to the script. So, how do you fight back? You change your goal. Stop listening for the right answer. Start listening to eliminate the wrong ones. This is the key shift in how you handle multiple choice questions. This mental shift turns listening into a process of elimination, not guessing. Here is how it works. First, identify. Use the short time you have to read the question carefully. Your job is to identify the core demand. For example, if the question says, "What will Emma do next?" The word next is your target. You are now listening for a sequence and a final decision, not background details. Next, track. As you listen, don't rush to choose an option. Track each option and disqualify wrong options. Notice if it's rejected, replaced, or doesn't fully fit the question's demand. Then, eliminate. The moment you hear an option contradicted or replaced, mentally cross it off. Your follow-up question is always, is this presented as the final correct answer? If not, eliminate it. If the speaker says, we considered A, but we decided on B, then A is no longer possible, even if it sounded correct at first. Finally, after the relevant part of the audio, you can see that the correct answer is often the one that survives after the others are eliminated. Very often, it will be the only option left. And even if two options remain, you are now choosing between only the plausible ones, not guessing among all 3 or 4 options. Remember this, the test rewards the correct choice, not just correct hearing. Elimination makes your choice logical, not emotional. So change your goal. Don't find the right answer. Eliminate the wrong ones until only the right one remains. So here is the key takeaway from this video. Multiple choice questions aren't difficult because your English is weak or because the audio is too fast. They're difficult because familiar words and reasonable ideas are designed to push you toward the wrong choice. Success in multiple choice listening depends on judgment. So change your goal. When you stop searching for the right answer and start eliminating what doesn't fully fit the question, your decisions become more accurate. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you understand why multiple choice questions are tricky, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.